If you're truly committed to success, you should be aware of the guy who follows you around every day, all the time, everywhere you go. In your mind, he lives within the shadows and outshines you in everything you do. This guy does everything you don't do. Your alarm went off at 7 a.m. You got out of bed at 7:15 a.m. This guy got out of bed at 7 a.m. sharp. That time you went to the gym and worked your ass off, you put your best into it, he did one more rep when you finally decided to put down the weight. When you seen that beautiful girl in public and thought she was cute and just decided to observe from a distance, he went up to the girl and got her number. While you mindlessly gave in to your 9 to 5, this guy made the big decision and took the big jump to start his own business. When the heat of the moment arose, you held your tongue. This guy said what he needed to say. While you watched the latest trending clowns, kept up with the rapper beef, kept up with absolute nonsense, and scrolled through Instagram, TikTok, or whatever the case might be, this guy watched the business growth videos. He was trying to better himself. He was constantly looking into ways to be a better version of who he is now. When the thought of pornography crossed your mind, you gave in. This guy got on the floor, started doing push-ups. This guy is seen by his family as an absolute hero. You're just seen as a scrub. When you know you should be building your relationship with God on a daily basis, but failing to do so, this is the guy who gets it done. Everything that you know within yourself that you should have been doing this entire time for real improvement, and you decide to procrastinate, this is the guy who ran towards it. Even at the toughest and most uncomfortable moments, he kept his composure while you panicked. All the things you're scared of are flawlessly executed by this guy. While your mom and your family suffered as a result of your ignorance and laziness, this is the guy who got it done. This is the guy who was able to take care of his family. This is the guy who was able to finally boss up deep within himself and put on his closest friends. You decide to just blend in. Meet your imaginary enemy. This is the guy who does everything that you don't do, everything that you're scared to do, everything that you hesitate to do. He does it flawlessly without second guessing himself. This guy lives within the shadows. He follows you around. He goes everywhere you go. He does everything that you do. He just does it a little bit better. Now I want you to backtrack your life a year from where you are right now. Now think of the person that you were. Think of your habits. Now imagine, just imagine that a year ago you had committed to put your head down and become the absolute best version of yourself in every single aspect of this life. You decide to just absolutely crush it. You decide to cut out all of the distractions and become who you know you can really be in this life. This is your imaginary enemy. Think of the fact that there's a version of you in a completely different dimension. This guy does everything that you don't do. And this guy has absolutely ran towards every bit of pain in this life. Every time that you were messing around, every time that you got off task, every time that you decided, man, forget this success thing, this is too hard, he ran towards the pain. Now I want you to accept the reality that this guy does exist in a different dimension. Imagine he's the same age as you. He had the same circumstances as you. He had to go through all the same struggles that you did, and he is 100 times better than you. All of your insecurities, he's already addressed it. Everything that you're nervous about, he's already ran towards it. Everything that you're scared of, he's already dealt with it. Meet your imaginary enemy. This is the completely better version of yourself. He crushes you in every single aspect.
I would like to ask a series of questions that will really allow you to do a little bit of self-reflection. Referring to this previous guy, what's stopping you from being him? Do you honestly think that you've taken accountability for everything that's happened in your life thus far? What's stopping you from being successful? When you look in the mirror, are you proud of the person that you see? Are you seen by your family as a hero? Would you like to be? If so, why aren't you? Do you honestly think up to this point in life, you've done everything you could in your power to be successful? While you're answering these questions, if you came up with the answer you didn't like, this is exactly why you need this imaginary enemy. This guy is with you at all times. He does everything you do. He has the same thoughts as you, the same moves as you, but everything that he does, he just does a little bit better than you do. There is no maximum to this success thing. Success is what you make it and is what you think of it in your mind. What is success to you? Is your success where you're at right now? Your imaginary enemy sees success much different. He puts himself in extremely uncomfortable circumstances. All the previous examples discussed at the beginning of this video, your imaginary enemy put himself through extreme discomfort. He ran towards the pain. To truly grow within this life, you have to become best friends with discomfort. No matter where you're at within your life, or even at the highest levels within life, there's always room for improvement somewhere. Keeping this imaginary enemy allows you to strive to be a better version of yourself. It allows you to be humble. It allows you to go the extra mile, and it allows you not to settle for less. No matter what point you're at in life, I can assure you that there's always improvement. No matter where you're at, no matter what you've done, no matter what you have, don't ever get in your mind that you think you're the shit, because I assure you, you're not at the top and you have not done enough. Many people within this life think that they're a big deal. All they are is a big fish within a little pond. If the same fish were to get into a big pond, he would feel small. He would feel like he doesn't have enough. He would feel like he hasn't done enough. He wouldn't feel like anything compared to the others surrounding him.
Hopefully by now this message has been burnt into your mind of keeping yourself an imaginary enemy. Keeping yourself this guy who haunts you, tracks you down. He's the ghost in the steps. He does everything that you do not do. Constantly keep your imaginary enemy in mind to truly see growth within this life. Never start to think that you've reached the end game. Never start to think that it's over and you've beat the game of life. Constantly continue to strive towards success and being a better version of yourself. If this was your first introduction to this concept, we're happy to have helped you on your growth journey. One last disclaimer. We do have a YBW clothing drop coming up this July 20th. I'd like to see you tune into this. This has our Limitless Realities clothing. We have hoodies and shirts. Go and get your YBW merch at youngbuildingwealth.com. We'll see you guys next time.